Hello, this is Steve at Hydrogen for Health. Today I'm going to show you how to set up and use the H2Life Brown's gas machine from hydrogenforhealth.com. This machine is pretty easy to set up, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is when you get it out of the box, check it to make sure there's no damage on it. If you have some damage, please contact us. First we're going to fill up the main reservoir, then we're going to fill up the bubbler reservoir. The type of water that you can use in the machine is distilled water. I get this from the grocery store. It's steam distilled. Any distilled water will work. You don't want to put any other kind of water in the machine. It will damage the machine. You also want to use distilled water in the bubbler. That way there's no minerals in the water and your bubbler stays nice and clean. In your kit you will have got a bottle of sodium hydroxide. This is lye. This is the catalyst we put in the machine to make it work. Also, you'll have received a funnel in the box and also some other accessories. Now this machine doesn't use very much lye. What you want to put in the machine is 1/2 teaspoon. And this is very important. You can go less than 1/2 teaspoon. If you go any more than 1/2 teaspoon, the machine will not work properly and it'll heat up faster than it should. To measure this out, just get yourself a 1/2 teaspoon measuring device. If you don't have that, get yourself a scale and you're going to measure yourself out 2 grams of sodium hydroxide. First thing you need to do is take the lid off the top. And insert your funnel. Now we're going to go ahead and measure out our sodium hydroxide. So simply take the top off. You want to use some precautions with this. This chemical will burn your skin, so you don't want to get any on your skin, you don't want to get in your eyes, etc. So just be extremely careful when using it. We're going to pour out our 1/2 teaspoon or our 2 grams. Just like that. Now you don't want to have a heaping teaspoon. You want it to be level with the top or a little bit lower than the top of the measuring device. Now we're simply going to take our lye and drop it into the funnel. Make sure it all goes down in. At this point you want to plug the machine in and then go ahead and turn it on. You'll hear the fans come on and you'll see that your fill reservoir light is illuminated. This light will be illuminated when it's time to refill the reservoir. And we're going to fill the reservoir until we see the full reservoir light come on. And as soon as that full reservoir light comes on, you want to quickly stop pouring any more water into the machine. Now let's go ahead and pour our distilled water in. As we pour the distilled water in, you'll see that the red fill light will go off. When you pour this in, you want to pour it in slowly. So you see our red fill light has just gone off. Continue to fill until the green light comes on. Now you can see the green light has come on, so the machine is full. And go ahead and put the cap back on. Now as the machine runs, the green light will go out and neither of these lights will be on, but you don't have to fill it up again until the red light comes on. That would indicate that it's time to fill the machine again. Okay, let's go ahead and fill our bubbler. We'll take the bubbler cap off and we're going to fill the bubbler up to this line here. It can be a little lower, but you don't want to go any higher than that mark. This mark right here. Insert the funnel and pour in distilled water. After you reach your fill mark, put your cap back on. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about how to use the timer and how to start the machine. When you first turn the machine on, you'll see that it's set to 30 minutes. So when you start the machine, it will count down from 30 minutes to 0, and then it will shut off. In order to change the amount of time that you want to breathe, you simply press this top button here. You'll see it start blinking, and then you can lower the amount of time by pressing the down button, or increase the time by pressing the up button. Now the bottom screen here simply indicates how many minutes you want it to run for. So when it's counting down, you'll know that you're running it for 30 minutes. You don't have to change this number, but it's a good reference. So if we push this button again, this will blink. Push it one more time, the bottom will blink, and we can change that to the amount of time we want it to run. Press it again and they'll stop blinking. Now in order to start the machine, you simply press the start button on the bottom right. When you push that button, you'll see this out indicator lamp illuminate. That means it's starting to make Brown's gas, and the timer is now starting to count down from the 33 minutes down to 0. You can also see that the machine is making gas here in the bubbler. That's how you know the machine is on and working. If you need to turn the machine off at any time in between, just simply press this button. The light will go out and the machine will stop running. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to attach a cannula or a hydrogen water diffusion stone. Alright, to use the cannula, you just take the cannula end and press it right here to the output port, like so. It's simple to put on there. Just press it on, and to take it off, you just pull it off. Simple to do. Then you can take the end of your cannula and start to breathe the gas. Making hydrogen water is also simple to do. Just take your hydrogen water diffusion stone. The end of it is just like the cannula. Press it to the port. Get your glass of water and drop the stone into the water. It may take 30 seconds or so for the pressure to build up and force the gas through the stone. As you can see, hydrogen is being put into this water. Now for 500 milliliters or less water, you want to run the machine for 5 minutes. For 500 to 1000 milliliters, which is a liter, you want to run the machine for 10 minutes. That will fully charge the water. One thing to note is the machine is equipped with an over temperature shutoff. If the unit overheats, it'll automatically shut off the gas production. So your timer may still be running, but you won't see any gas being produced here. That's how you know that the over temperature shutoff switch is on. The fans inside will cool the machine down, and when it does that, it will turn it back on automatically. To turn the machine off, you just simply press the off button. There isn't a lot of maintenance with the machine, but let me show you the procedure for refilling the main reservoir tank when the red light comes on. After using the machine for a while, you'll notice that your red refill light will come on. This indicates it's time to refill the main reservoir. Now it's okay to fill the reservoir if the light is not on. You can refill it until the green light turns on again. But when the red light comes on, it's time to fill the reservoir. What you want to do is you want to take some water from your bubbler and use it to refill the main reservoir. The reason why we do this is this bubbler is used to strip any lye away from the gas that might escape the main reservoir tank. So if we take the water from the bubbler and use it to refill the reservoir, we will be replenishing the lye that has escaped the reservoir tank. That way you won't have to add any more lye to the main reservoir. To drain water out of the bubbler tank, you want to take the cap off the top and then get a container to empty it out into, and then turn this valve so that it faces the front. You'll see that the water level is coming down. I'd empty out about a third, right about there, and you're going to use that water to refill your main reservoir tank. And we're going to fill this up until the green light comes on. There we go, now we're full. Replace the cap. And now what you want to do here is you want to top off the bubbler tank with some fresh, clean distilled water. Now you do need to drain the main reservoir tank periodically just to keep fresh water in the reservoir tank, the clean water that will go into the generator making the hydrogen and oxygen. So every 100 to 150 hours of use, you want to drain the main tank and refill it like I showed you in the beginning of the video. Now it's not imperative that's exactly 100 hours or 150 hours. Somewhere in between that time frame, you know it's time to change the main reservoir bubbler water. Anytime between 100 hours and 150 hours, it's time to change the main reservoir water. On the back of the machine, there's a sticker at the top that shows you how to contact us, and also a place that you can go to watch this video. So if in the future you lose your paperwork, tells you how to contact us or how to watch the video, the information will be right here on the back. This concludes this video on how to set up and use your H2Life Brown's gas machine. We really appreciate your purchase and thank you for watching.